How's it going? Thanks so much for tuning in today. I'm your host, DZ, the Crochet Lady, and I'm super excited to share with you the corner to corner rectangle. Okay, this is Tunisian crochet, corner to corner rectangle. You're gonna love it. It can be made into a blanket, a scarf, whatever you do, I can guarantee it's gonna change the way you look at Tunisian crochet projects. So if you're ready, which I hope you are, I'll see you over in the crochet corner in just 1 second. All right, so to work this pattern, we are going to start over here in this corner. We're going to start off with a loose chain 2, and we're going to build from here. So we're going to build out, okay, to the width that you want your item. Then we're going to focus on getting it the length that you want, okay, and I'll show you guys how to do that, okay. For this video tutorial, I'm going to be keeping it simple. I'm going to be using Tunisian simple stitch and modified Tunisian simple stitch, also known as the lock stitch, which I will be demonstrating for you guys. Let's see. We've got an 8mm Afghan hook. Of course, you can use whatever you have on hand to get started, and I use this awesome Fair Isle candy color by Red Heart. Super awesome, really cool stripe. I mean, look at that. The cool thing is they get to work it from one way and see the stripe happen completely differently than you normally would. I think this technique is going to change the way you look at Tunisian crochet because it works up virtually flat. I mean, this has not been blocked or anything. There's nothing going on here that's like a secret. It's just, this is how it works up for the most part. Now, granted, if you use thicker yarn and a smaller hook and you're a tight stitcher, you may have a little bit of curl, but basically this is what it looks like, and it also lends itself to putting a lot of interesting stitch combos together. Alrighty, makes striped yarns completely different. All right, I'll be seeing you guys over in the crochet corner in just 1 second. All right. Okay, we're going to start out with a loose chain 2, and we're going to insert our hook into the back hump of the first chain. So go ahead and insert your hook, and we're going to single crochet. Okay. Next, we're going to do our increase for the right side. So skipping the first bar here, you're going to come into your little bar right here, insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, and then you're going to come over here to, it's going to be like your tail, okay? This is the front end loop. So insert your hook underneath that front end loop, yarn over and pull up a loop. Then you're going to insert your hook underneath both end loops. Yarn over and pull up a loop. So we made a right side increase and a left side increase. Okay, now we're going to do a normal close, and when you do your closing, you want to make sure you extend your end loop just a tiny bit, okay? I usually do this with the hook. You can do it with your finger. So chain 1 and then pull through 2 all the way down. You're going to increase on every row. So let's do the increase again. So skipping your first big bar there, you're going to come into the little one right above it. Yarn over and pull up a loop. And then you're going to do a Tunisian simple stitch in the first stitch of the row, always. Followed by a modified Tunisian simple stitch, which is just inserting your hook underneath the front vertical bar and front horizontal loop. Yarn over, pull up a loop. And now we're going to do our left side increase. So inserting your hook underneath the front end loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, inserting your hook underneath both loops, yarn over and pull up a loop, extend your end loop just a little, and then follow through with a normal close. So chain 1 and then pull through 2 loops all the way down. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep increasing on each end until our item is wide as we want it. So the first stitch of every row is going to be Tunisian simple stitch underneath the vertical bar only, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then we're going to follow with modified Tunisian simple stitch in all the stitches to the end of the row. And then we're going to do our increase over on the left side. Okay, so go ahead and follow this pattern until your item gets as wide as you want, this way, okay? And then I'll show you the decrease. Okay, so just for tutorial purposes, I'm going to say this is as wide as my item is going to be, okay? This way. So when you have 3 loops left on your hook, you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Okay, this is on the right side. So you're going to just follow right along with the stitch pattern. So Tunisian simple stitch in the next stitch, and then modified stitches all the way down. Okay, and now you want your item to still be going long ways, okay? So what you're going to do is you're just going to keep increasing on the left side. Whoops. Okay, so we've got our end loops here. So we're going to do the increased as always, and then your normal close. So yarn over, pull up 1 or chain 1, and then you're going to pull through 2 all the way down. Until you get to the very last 3 loops on your hook, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Okay. Now what I do to keep my corner nice and cornerish is I put a stitch marker right there, whoops, and then I put one, see right there, okay, and then I'm going to put one over here too, and stitch right next to it. And that just keeps it, you know, nice and kind of like weighted down. Okay, and this is a little sample. If it's bigger, you might not need to do that. Also depends on the type of yarn you're using. Okay, so we've did our right side decrease, and remember we're just going to follow the same stitch pattern. So Tunisian simple stitch, okay, and then the modified stitches all the way down. And then when you get back to over here, you're just going to do another increase. So it's decrease, increase, decrease, increase, until your item gets to be now the length that you want. Okay, so go ahead and crochet however much length that you want, and I'll show you how to end your project. Okay, so now your item is the length that you want. So when your item is at this point, you're going to stop when you have 1 unworked stitch left and your end loops. Okay, so what we're going to do to start the decrease, you're going to insert your hook underneath the vertical bar only, just like that, and into both, or underneath both end loops. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, and that's your left side decrease. Okay, so you're going to do a normal close, extending that loop just a little bit, okay, and then we're going to follow through with the rest of the pattern, coming down to our last 3 loops, and now we're going to decrease on the right side, just like we have been. So you're going to follow the stitch pattern, just like this, okay, and I'll show you the close, or the decrease, one more time on the left side, and then I'll see you in just a couple stitches after that. Alright, so we're back down to where we have 1 unworked stitch and our end loops, okay? So you're going to insert your hook underneath the vertical bar, underneath both end loops, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Extend that end loop just a little bit and proceed with your normal close. Decreasing when you get back down to the last 3. So go ahead and finish this. Finish this up, and I'll see you after you've done your decreasing and we only have 3 loops left on the hook. Okay, so we're down to where we're going to only have a few loops left on our hook. We've done our right side decrease for the last time. Let's finish up our stitch work here. And then we have our last unworked stitch and our set of end loops. So go ahead and insert your hook underneath, just like before. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3, chain 1, and pull through all 3. Okay, let's finish up the edge really quick, okay? So you've got your project, snip your yarn off and pull it through just like this. Get your needle threaded, and then what you're going to want to do is come over to these end loops right here. Insert your needle like that, okay, and then come back into the last loop of your top right there, okay? Insert your needle into the back just like that. Pull it through. And now you have a nice end loop, okay? Oops, may require a little bit of blocking, but it may not. Just depends on, if you're a tight stitcher and, the yarn and all that good stuff. All right, see ya.